All right, I think I made my point there, and I should get some good questions here now from you. Let me hear.
I think the latter part was clear.
All right, all right.
But they had some stuff that I mainly looked at the couple of pages that he missed in between. But with the fourth resurrection, third death, I didn't catch that piece exactly.
But all right, like what it is mentioning that if you know
it was
what
the same chart,
if in the Bible they say if you should eat of that fruit, meaning if you write that book, and if you do, meaning you make a fourth resurrection. But if you make a fourth resurrection, you will die because the book has no life.
But what you're talking about, if you like how you're talking about people
if you're right. Now what is it telling you? That the original people that went,
right,
with all of this information and carry back all of this manuscripts,
right,
to other people to write,
right.
So this is what they are trying to tell you in the Bible here. So what they do now, these things, this book that is being written, this is what I've been saying it is what manipulated or presented in a different format with what we would call that you have to analyze to find the truth. Because he brought the truth for you. You now write in this book, and this is what is presenting. That is why you have to analyze it back to get the literal meaning. So in this case here now, when he said that you're not supposed to write the book, and if you write the book, you make a resurrection, but the book now has no life, so is a death. So this is what it is saying, right? Now that needs a little time to explain from the Bible there. But I was explaining that many times in the past, and nobody seemed to understand it because this is the birth and death world, which is called karma yoga.
Yeah. Okay, I thought it meant that like how you say people they're taking parts and they're making their own version. I thought it was related to that, but it's not that. Is if you copy the original story.
Yeah, you copy, but you did not present it literal meaning.
Yeah.
This is what they call the metaphor. You present a metaphorical meaning to the literal manuscripts. So
okay.
that's why I say all these books are metaphors from start to end. Are all metaphors. You have to analyze that. This is why I said that they have no body. All the brains I have in this world, they have no body to write anything like that. Our Hindu ancestors were masters of that.
Yeah.
You see? And if you check carefully and with the understanding, if you pay attention, you will begin to understand how did they write that and up to this date. Look, this is thousands of years ago. And they're reading, they're studying this in universities and things, and not one person has come close to understanding them books. All they're going is with the metaphors, the story, and you cannot understand the book with that.
This one with the 7 demons, 7 sages, and it had mentioned the 3 gunas, where the 3 gunas, you can see him, but you don't know his tactics. So with the 7 demons, and you can't escape.
Yeah, what is happening here? This is referred to as 7 demons also.
Right.
Ram is taken that. When he let loose them demons,
right,
you cannot understand it. That's why nobody can understand it.
Okay.
So it's a demon, and that demon will wreck you. This is what I'm saying. The pastors are on stage jumping up, explaining that same Joseph there.
Right.
As if he under a chokehold. It's them demons, the 3 gunas choking him. He don't understand it. He cannot understand that. So he's trying to make a story for you to understand. He don't understand that.
Okay.
So in other words, Ram has unleashed the author. This is 24 Hindus who wrote this. Have unleashed these gunas onto these people reading.
Yeah.
So they will always appear like if they're on that chokehold or they're jumping up and prancing up and giving you an impression like he gets some, how they call it? God into him or the spirit into him. Yeah. Is a demon into him. All right.
One thing I had mentioned here, which was the size of Lanka. I remember reading something recently, because you know now it's Pichiprach.
Yeah.
And they talk about the Garud Purana and stuff like that. And they give the size of the earth in the Garipuran and the size of the lower realms, they have dimensions. I don't know if you ever
No, well,
look
they're
into
not
that.
referring to the yugas there.
Right,
They make a dimension.
right.
They're not giving you in miles and thing, You
No, it
understand?
was something else.
Right. So what we are saying here, they are far from understanding what they are talking about. What we are talking about, there's an area for these 4 heavens here.
Right,
And we're dealing with this. This is called here the Ramcharita Manasa, the area of what people call the holy lake or something so. So they give you, the Bible give you a dimension 1,500 miles long and 1,500 miles, the length and width is the same as a square.
yeah,
Right? And so, but they give you other dimensions from other Bibles, I just pick out from the Good News Translation Bible, which appear to be, because they remember them transferring this
yeah,
from the Hindu writing. They don't understand what they're writing, So they try, they do not know that they are referring to these 2 heavens here,
right,
You understand? How the verse is presented there. It is just that they take it up to, each writer take it upon themselves to make a dimension. So I get a 1,500 years dimension, 1,500 miles square.
right.
So this is what I go with. Now the Ramcharita Manasa put 1,000 trillion spirits. Now I don't know what is the dimension of the spirit. What is the measurement of the spirit?
Right.
So we don't know. So, but whatever is, they put it there.
Okay.
So let the scholars, the Brahmacharya, the Sankaracharya, and the Swami get what is a spirit. Them studying, then they studying the book.
Yeah. Okay, well, I just thought I'd mention it here because I remember, well, probably Lanka is like the 7 lower realms, like probably have some.
No, they're not. They have no knowledge. Anytime they talk in 7, they're not talking more than 7 sages.
Right.
Like to understand that. And what are these 7 sages? These 7 sages are toolkit. Time and distance and whatnot to do your repairs and to go about your work in Lanka. Because they carry that. I explained that in the last time.
Right.
Right. It's more like a toolkit. You need to put up a building. You look for your time when you're going to start.
Right.
You look for the gunas, which is measurement. This is mathematics.
Yeah.
How to set up the 54 forms. You have that with you. That have a chessboard and everything. When you have time there, you play chess or you play. They also they have dice. They have all kind of sports.
Right.
These are all in that Holy Spirit. You must carry that, and also medical equipment and whatnot. And then the Om people, they don't understand it. I don't have a picture of it here. I explained it previous. It is telling you it have a square on the top. It's supposed to be a star. A star is 0, and it's star, and then you will see a tree. You have to understand that the Hindus make these numerals. So 0 to 3 is 4 heavens or 4 yugas. And the 0 to 9, which they have 0 to 9, is this 9. 0 to 9 is 10 numerals. Now what I keep saying 10 numerals, but it's not only 10. What they're trying to tell you, with 0 to 9, you can have any combination of numerals.
Right.
That is what it means. So you can use that for calculating anything, right? So, but they give you the first 0 to 9 in this Vedi, all right?
All right. All right, well, that was it for the question because that was the things that jump out to me. Some of them was things that were like I said, with the 3 gunas that you, pages that you skipped in this.
All
so
right.
I was wondering, just from reading it.
Yeah.
And then
All
the
right.
resurrection. Well, I didn't quite grasp it, but the second time I think I get it. I now realize what you're talking about with the toolkit, which is the inventions.
These are inventions you make to
The things that
carry.
they went with.
You went with.
Yeah.
And you carry. They went. If
So
you
they
read.
went with the numerical system, they went with time, they went with the calendar, they went with the 3 gunas, which is mathematics.
Yeah.
Those are things that they carry with them.
You carry with that. You have the knowledge on that, and now that will apply to whatever you're doing. If somebody's sick, you take the medical equipment.
Yeah, other inventions.
Every
they might
time
have,
you want to play some what they call it, dice or
Chess,
chess. You pull out that.
Polo, I think I mentioned polo.
All of that they have, and then if you want to, when you want to put up the building, you must have mathematics.
So then anytime you hear about a war in the Bible, that is sports.
This is what they're doing.
Sports.
Sports and building. Because what they're doing here, you see, they mention, let's say, Ishmael here. This is Ram here. These are the calendars.
Yeah.
You understand? Now, the name for the Hindus have it Siddhantic calendar, but you cannot find the name Siddhantic calendar in the book, you know.
Yeah.
You understand? Because they put another name for it. So this is what they're doing right through. You understand? So this is what we call the metaphors of the highest.
Yeah.
They tie up every man. This is why I say the Bible itself is choking this pastor on the stage, you know.
Mm-hmm.
When you see him prancing up, is the Bible choking him? So they must know that they have no knowledge on this book. Nobody have, they must go the same road I take.
Yeah.
To change from the metaphors to the literal history.
Yeah.
And extract it back, because they present them, that's in these manuscripts here, they present the literal history. This is stated there, you know. But how they present it now in this metaphorical form, tie up. You understand?
Yeah.
So this is what they need to do. What I want to say, that this doctrine, let the Hindus, I don't know why they can't step out of this of this kind of world like if they don't know anything. No part of the world you go in a debate and a Hindu will come forward, you know.
Yeah.
They always hiding. So if you so important and you don't know your book, that is why you're hiding. You have the Christians, he come and he claim doctrine of discovery. You have the Muslims, he come and he said Allah come, and that they claim that. You have the opportunity now to present your doctrine of Hindu's origin. Once Hindu, always Hindu. Hindus occupied the world before people could speak a language. So anything anybody own, they must prove their ownership. I want them to come and prove their ownership for this Bible. All right? And so I'm making this statement clear for everybody. Prove that this Bible belongs to Christians. Likewise, the Muslim claiming temples, I explained it there. Prove your ownership. When did you come there? Didn't you see that there?
Yeah.
So who are the owners? You understand? Yeah. But the Hindus so clumsy. Everybody presenting a doctrine of discovery. You cannot. In India too, you know. All they're doing, they remain in the mandir or the temple. I don't know if that will help. And they go in with everything. So I have to say something terribly wrong with their teachers. And they have no right to be teaching people, because they don't have the knowledge of the scripture, they don't have knowledge of history, and like they don't have a vision to see what is going on. You understand? This is happening right now presently in India. Yeah. The WAF come, and he claiming temple everything. You don't see that?
Yeah.
You're claiming temple. So wait a minute, you just sitting down in the temple there and Ram will come and help you?
Yeah.
You don't know, you're reading a history of Ram, and it is not no religion. The same thing with this Christian. You're using this book to fool people because you can't understand it. Come forward and refute my claim that this is not a Hindu book. Come and tell me that. And I show them from beginning. I only did chapter Genesis and I only give a little snippets there.
Yeah.
But that should direct them quickly to go and check what they are talking about in Genesis. Understand Isaac? Isaac is Ramayana. Rebecca is Bible. Understand Ishmael? Ishmael is calendar. Understand Joseph? Joseph returned as Ram, returned to India. You understand? Right. So understand it. Genesis. Read it as it's supposed to be. Read the literal history. Anybody know about that? So I challenge them to come forward and refute my claim.